Welcome back, 5OF fam. Today I'm going to do a quick rundown on the seeds that I have for this year. And I also got my Baker Creek order in, and I am going to be unboxing them for you guys today. Maybe I'll do that first. I'll unbox because that's... Hey, I'm interrupting real quick just to give you a warning. This video is just about seeds and why I chose them for the upcoming season of 2024 growing season. If that is not your jam and you are not interested in seeds, just skip this video and tune back in with us when we post our next video when we get back to the build. So these are from Baker Creek. Baker Creek is all heirloom seeds, and that just means that they're more of like a heritage variety, and you can save the seeds from anything that is heirloom, and that's why I like to use heirloom when possible. So first, let's see, it's like a surprise pack, although I know what I ordered. Okay, German pink tomatoes. This is a large slicer variety. Choose those because they are large slicing tomatoes. We wanted to have a variety that's good for like sandwiches and stuff. Mini bell peppers, multicolored. Those just look super cute. And these are mini bell peppers. Persian carpet zinnias. These guys are just for fun. I love growing zinnias. They're the easiest flower to grow. They bloom from early summer all the way to your first frost. So they're just like an ever blooming flower. So I love growing those. And they attract pollinators really well. Okay, onion, a red onion. This one is called, I might be butchering the way that some of these are said, Akatama salad red. Where we are in zone 7B. Here we have to do a short day onion, and they don't store well, and long day don't grow well here. They'll grow small. Actually, last year I made a mistake and did long day onion here. I thought I had picked an intermittent variety, but I found out later that it was long day and they just did not do well. So this is actually an intermittent, and we're gonna try it and see if they grow well here. Because we are in the south. Oh, my free seed pack. My free seed, when you order a certain amount, you get free ones. I got little tiny tomatoes. They're like, what are they called? Tomato spoons. They look like little peas. They're tomatoes like the size of peas. So that's fun. Oh, and my other free seed is the Dotzel pepper. Cool. So that really was a surprise. All right. I'm also doing black beans, which these are actually called Cherokee Trail of Tears. This will be interesting. This year I'll probably just be growing to save seed for the next year, because you only get a small amount of seeds the first year, but you can save so that I can get a bigger stock saved up for those. Amish paste tomato. These ones are great for making paste and tomato sauces because they're more meaty instead of like juicy. Eggplant, the striped kind. And that one I'm definitely going to butcher. Listada de Gandia. There's no R. I said it like there's an R. Gandia. I'm not sure. That's Italian, maybe? I don't know. Corn. Just a sweet corn that's supposed to grow well in this area. I just kind of look up what will grow in this area. I did choose, last year I did another variety, Bantam, and I did save the seeds because it was also heirloom, but we weren't too impressed with how they grew and how big they were. And they were sweet, but not super sweet. So we're going to try this new brand, or this new breed this year. Miniature white pumpkins. I almost said potatoes. Pumpkins. This is for Kylie. She wants to grow pumpkins, miniature pumpkins. So I got her orange and white to grow. And then I got Cherokee purple tomato. And then this one's Jesse's pick. This is Coxcomb Indiana Giant. So those are large red flowers. So we'll see how those grow. I'm not sure how those will do. And then I also got lemon squash. Now I also chose this variety because it is a regular yellow squash, but they are supposed to be more resistant to the squash borer, vine borers. And those always decimate our garden. Last year we got a pretty good harvest before the borers came around and killed everything off, but it's always a problem. Thankfully they didn't get my pumpkins last year, but they definitely got the squash and the zucchini. So that's it for Baker's Creek. Again, there are lots of seeds, places that you can order seeds from. I chose them just because they're heirloom and the price is pretty decent and they're free shipping. And you get a good turnaround time on it. Now there are like Johnny Seed is good. I think the other one is M.I. Gardner. I've also had seeds from them before, but that was like someone that I knew ordered and I shared off of her. She really likes them. So there's plenty of places to order from and lots of varieties. Next, I'm going to go through my seeds that I have from last year. I have them all kind of divided into categories. Now I have a place down the road from us. It's called a mission store, and we are able to buy seeds from the previous year that they get from like Lowe's and stuff. And most of them are heirloom and organic, and I get them for 10 cents a pack. So for us, it's very economical to do it this way because I can try all sorts of things that I wouldn't normally try because for 10 cents, you really can't beat it. So I have some varieties and different stuff that I've experimented with, and some have done well and some haven't, but for 10 cents, you can't really beat that. So I have evergreen bunching onions. These are just kind of like a step up from a chive. These are all my herbs in this stack. So then I have the Genovese basil, oregano, which did not grow very well last year. I don't know what I did wrong with the oregano. That didn't do great. The mammoth dill. Now these things, the mammoth dill grow huge. I had one plant last year and it was 5 foot tall, and it produced so much dill. I used it for all my fresh dill for pickling, and I saved tons of seed from it last year. Celery, I have this one in the herbs because I really didn't know where to put celery. So that one is going to be a new one too this year. I have not tried celery. And then chives. This one grows well in the winter as well. Some of these grow better in the summer. Some of them grow better in the summer. This one is summertime. This one did grow really well last year. It smelled great. And so that was the herbs. Here is what I have left of my stock from tomatoes from last year. I have a beefsteak tomato. That's just another slicing tomato. And I actually have 2 cherry tomatoes. Everybody loves cherry tomatoes. Kylie pretty much doesn't let me even harvest any because she goes out there and eats them straight off the vine. And then I have a San Marzano, which is similar to the Amish paste. It is a paste variety, but the Amish paste are a little bit more prolific than the San Marzano. All right, so I also have a couple eggplants. I have the early long eggplant and the Black Beauty. Now, Black Beauty is my favorite. It has a thin skin that's tender, that doesn't get too thick and like waxy almost. And then I also have the white eggplant. Now I tried to grow these last year, and I don't know if any of you guys, or how long you've been here, but if you've been here, you know that last year we had a little bit of struggle with herbicide contamination in one of our gardens. So they did not do well. Sorry, excuse me. So I will be trying again with these and see if I can get them to come up. The Black Beauties came up, and I think I got 1 or 2, but because of that whole situation, which is a really big problem last year. It wasn't just me. It was a little bit of everywhere. Even some other YouTubers that I follow, even big accounts like Roots and Refuge, she had the same thing. And so if you have anything like that happen, don't worry. It happens to all of us. Some years are better than others. All right, so now I have the peppers, sweet banana pepper. This one I like to grow even more than the bell peppers because I use them as bell peppers in our recipes. And we can also eat them raw because they're sweet and good. The YOLO Wonder. Oh yeah, there's the M.I. Gardner. That is the brand. The other company that you can order through M.I. Gardner. Jalapeno. It's always good. I make jalapeno jelly every year and can that up. Everybody loves it. I only have 1 or 2 left this year, so hopefully we'll get a good stock in so I can make some more. Ring of Fire cayenne pepper. This also did not do well last year because of the herbicide. I'm hoping to be able to produce enough that I can make my own, dry them out and make my own cayenne pepper seasoning. Spice? I don't know if you call that seasoning. Carrots. Just 2 basic tender sweet carrots. I did do some fun colors last year with the purple, but they're not as good as the regular plain old carrot. All right, green beans. I like the bush type of bean, not the pole beans. So I always just do the basic Blue Lake 274. They produce really well. They grow, 1.5 foot tall, and you don't have to trellis them, which is why I choose to do a bush bean compared to a pole bean, because I don't want to deal with trellising anything I don't have to. And this last year I did probably a 5-foot run, and I canned quite a bit, probably 20 to 30 jars of green beans last year. All right, those are the rolling section. This is a new one for me, is also the beets. I think that's a winter crop, so that might actually not be planting that till fall. Let's see, what else? My melons, I have Hal's Best Jumbo Cantaloupe. I did that one last year. They were really good. I only got a few, but they were really good. And then I'm gonna try a new one. This is the same thing, Hal's Best Cantaloupe. This one's a muskmelon, so it's a little bit different. And then the Sugar Baby Watermelon. All right, on to the squash. All right, now this is a golden zucchini. It's actually not my favorite. It really is a little bit different than an actual squash. It does taste more like a zucchini. Early prolific straight neck. I prefer straight neck over crook neck. Now that might be a little touchy. I have talked to so many people, like our old neighbors. They are dead set on a squash can only be a crook neck. That's what they like. But I am a straight neck fan, but I do grow both still. Crook necks, they do grow a lot smaller, but they're a lot sweeter. I like it to be big because I still think that squash, no matter what, is still sweet, whether it's straight or crook. All right, last year I also did an experiment with doing 2 different types of zucchini. I did the Dark Star and the Black Beauty, and I do think that I liked the Black Beauty better. I have both again, so I will be planting both. But as far as growth and everything, the Black Beauty was actually better. It grows a bigger leaf, and it just grows so much more. The zucchinis we were getting last year, they would be this size one day, and the next day we'd go out and they would be like baseball bats. They were huge. We had so many zucchini that we were feeding them to the pigs, which was great because anything to alleviate feed cost is okay in my book. So next we have cucumbers. Straight 8 is my absolute favorite cucumber. It's got more of a whiter flesh, like a light green flesh on the inside, and they're nice and sweet. Now there's also Marketmore is also a good slicing cucumber. Straight 8 is also slicing, and then the Sumter is a pickling cucumber, but they all do well for all sorts of things. I kind of use them interchangeably. Let's see, lettuces. Ooh, we're getting down to the end, guys. This is a lot of talking. I'm also going to put it at the end I'm going to type it all out for you guys so that you can look at it and like pause the video and be able to see like the slides so that you can see it all written out, because this is kind of fast, but I feel like there's a lot to cover, so I'm trying to kind of hurry. Excuse me. Alrighty, let's see. The black seeded Simpson lettuce. That one is really good. This one, I just kind of chaos garden on this one. Chaos gardening is when you just kind of throw the seeds in and rub the soil and see what comes up. So that's pretty much how I do my lettuces. My romaine, however, because it is a head, I will start those in a block and move them into the soil. So this is just a green leaf romaine. That one's really good. I grew that last year. Now, both of these, once the summer hits, they will bolt quick. As soon as it gets warm, they bolt. They're no good. They turn super bitter, nasty. You don't want it. The kale, I do this one in the winter as well. So that was in the winter garden. So Wonderman's dark green lettuce, that's another one that I chaos garden on that one. This is the same as the romaine. Now Little Gem, this one is a little bit more heat tolerant. It doesn't bolt as quick. It still will bolt on the super hot days, but it seems to let you get a little bit warmer before it decides to bolt. Now it's a type of romaine lettuce, but it's smaller. Its head is like only yay big instead of like a romaine, which is like real big. And then spinach, that one I do early spring and fall, not the summer, because it just gets super bitter. All right, what else did I miss? Oh, butternut squash. I'll be doing those. And then these were 10 cents. So we'll probably throw these in because big pumpkins are good for feeding the pigs, and the kids do like decorating pumpkins. So that we'll just probably throw those in. I just grabbed those last minute when I was shopping for the other ones. I also do some flowers like marigolds. Marigolds are great for, preventing pests. So those will usually go around throughout. Also with herbicide last year, I had a hard time with those, but hopefully this year, since I've identified the problem, we'll do better. These ones are ones that will be actually going in the ground very soon. These are your early spring. They can actually be planted as soon as the soil can be worked. These are all the peas. Now I have a just straight English pea. Those will be going in hopefully this week once we dry out. Actually, it's currently raining, but once things dry up a little bit, I'll be getting these in. And this is also just a snow pea. Got two different types of snow pea. This one's called Snowbird, and this one is the Oregon Sugar Pod. Now I did both of these in the fall and loved them. They're super sweet and they're tender. They did really well, but we had an early frost in the fall and it kind of wiped out all these things before we got to eat very much of it. And I'm also going to be doing a Sugar Daddy pea. Now this is a pea, like not a pea that you eat the whole pod, but like, you know, a pea. So these are different. These you eat in the pod. These you shell and get them out of the pod and make peas out of. Now I do have somewhere, I don't see them here. I must have stashed them away somewhere. I will also be doing, again, the Long Island cheese pumpkins. Those are my favorite pumpkin to do. They're the short, squatty pumpkins that are white. Not white, but they're like a light tan color. They're super tasty. They're cute for decorating, and they're very prolific. And they are also, the Long Island cheese are resistant to the borers. So that's one reason that you grow those, or I grow those. And so that is it. So hopefully you guys learned something out of that. I know it's kind of quick, going through a lot of stuff. So yeah, I'll be getting these seeds in. I will be starting these peppers and tomatoes soon in blocks in the greenhouse. So I will be showing you guys that in the next few weeks. And then the peas, I will be direct sowing those in the garden very soon. So those are direct sow. You don't have to worry about putting those in blocks. And yeah, hope you guys found that interesting, and I will see you guys on the next video.